All right, hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning market update for Wednesday, December 20th, 2017. We're still in Christmas mode, so I'm still wearing my silly Santa hat. That should be what it's called from now on, silly Santa. I'm going to start a trend. All right, let's get started. Today, we're going to talk about a few things, including, but not limited to, equity market updates from overnight and the Asia session. This tax reform, I think it's finally going to be a done deal. Sorry, let me just adjust this very quickly. Tax reform will finally be a done deal, and Litecoin. This is really interesting for the cryptocurrency space because it's got massive implications, and we'll talk about it. All right, let's get started with a tour around the world. And before we do that, let's talk about three companies that had pretty big earnings. FedEx had a 2.6% rally overnight, lifted by a strong outlook. And FedEx always, also at this time of the holiday season, sees a lot of volume traffic and revenue growth and expansion. This is their strongest quarter, so that's interesting to see. Red Hat, which makes the software called Linux, is down 3.5%. Micron up 6.4% after beating analysts' estimates in their earnings report. All right, today's markets. In Asia, Japan is up 0.1%. Hong Kong is down 0.1%. China is down 0.3%, and India is down 0.2%. So mixed markets, not a lot of weakness, not a lot of strength, kind of just sort of somewhere in between, waiting for something to happen. All right, in Europe, at midday, London's flat. Paris is down 0.3%. Frankfurt's also down 1/3 of a percentage point. A little bit more pronounced weakness here in the European markets as we move forward. We're going to talk about why. We'll also talk about Uber today, actually, interestingly enough. Uber, the company. Something big happened to Uber. All right. In the United States, Dow Jones is up 0.3%. S&P is up 0.3% as well. NASDAQ's also up 0.3%. Crude oil is up 0.3%. Everything's up 0.3%. Geez Louise. I hope our account balance is up more than 0.3% because, well, actually, it depends. That really depends on where you're at and what your account sits at. But crude oil is trading at about 57.74, near the highs of its little mini range that we've been trading around 57.30 to 57.70-ish area. Those 30 to 40 cents have given us a lot of opportunity over the last couple of days. All right, gold prices rallied about half a percentage point to 12.69. We got a nice solid resistance on it up top. I think gold's ready and opportunistic for a short for the rest of the year before it turns over bullish in January. Remember, gold's selling transitions into a bullish period into early to mid-January of the year. So if you're short gold, start taking some profit. If you're not short, you can only try about one more time before the end of the year comes in and seasonality starts to roll over back to the bullish side on the shiny, shiny metal. Bitcoin's down 1% to 17,425. The futures markets, since they launched, have done their job. I think it's helped stabilize Bitcoin a little bit. It moved crazy up, crazy down all over the place. And now with the futures rolling out, it seems to be a little bit more stable in the way the prices fluctuate, the way they ebb and flow. That was the whole purpose of the futures market. It's very thin. Both the CME contract and the CFE, the one on the Chicago Board Options Exchange, they're both very, very thin. They're not being traded to the extent or scale that people had thought. Institutional traders are not interested in cryptocurrencies as we had once forecasted and everybody else was calling for. Yeah, they have a little bit of involvement, but there isn't as much interest. Why is that? The same reason I'm not trading it. There's way better opportunity. For every $1 I risk on the market, I hope it brings me back 2. And if I put that in Bitcoin, yeah, it'll bring me back 2, it'll bring me back 10, whatever. But what is the likelihood of that one trade's capital just dropping through the floor and wiping out all your gains? Very high. So it's not about returns. It's not about dollars. Yes, you could spend dollars, but it's about risk-adjusted dollars. What did you take to make those dollars? And in the long run, that's what keeps you in the game, okay? I heard a silly term the other day. Someone said there's a professional Bitcoin trader. Said there's no such thing as a professional Bitcoin trader because Bitcoin hasn't been around long enough. All right? There's no professional trader that's been minted that's only traded in up market. Just remember that in the history of trading. You get your stripes as a real trader when you trade through a down market and make some good money. That's when you're really stamped, sealed, and approved. All right. NBA mortgage application at 7 in the morning. 10 a.m. we have existing home sales today. 10:30 we have the crude oil inventories. We'll talk about that in the trading room a little bit more. What the API said yesterday and what the DOE is forecasting for today. All right. Interesting thing here. U.S. stock index futures are heading higher this morning, on the reason being the Senate actually passed the tax reform bill on a 51 to 48 vote basis. So this deal or this bill is a done deal. It's going to go to Donald Trump for signature, but not yet. According to this bird rule, the House floor or the House has to revote on this issue in the morning. They're going to pass it. Obviously, not much has changed in the last 24 hours. Just a procedural revote that they have to do because it didn't comply with the bird rule and some of their changes. So today they send it back down to the House. They vote. As soon as that passes, the Senate's passed, the House is voted. Send that off to Donald Trump for signature, and I'm sure a press conference to boast the accomplishment. So that's tax reform is a done deal. It's already priced in. Now what's next? I think that after Donald Trump signs this into legislation, we start to see the markets roll over. All right, this is the last little bit of euphoria that tapers off, and then we're going to get a little bit of a pullback. Might turn into a correction, it might not. I don't know. We'll trade it, and I'll let you know when it happens. All right, Europeans' highest courts rules that Uber is actually a transportation company and not a digital currency or not a digital company. So that has massive implications for Uber. They now have to get a cab license in London. That ruling against Uber is going to have a spillover effect worldwide. I say, yes, the service is needed, but stick a fork in them. Uber is pretty much done. All right, that company's had a lot of troubles. I wouldn't, even if it was a public company, I wouldn't touch those shares with a 10-foot pole. I would put them in the same category as Snapchat. Wonderful idea. How is it making any money? And in fact, Snapchat could probably go under a subcategory where it's not a wonderful idea. How is it going to just make money? But don't let me discourage you from making investment decisions. If you make an investment decision based on a dude you heard on YouTube, that's on you, man. That's not me. All right. Do your own research. Obviously, do your own trades. I'm just voicing my opinion. I don't think Uber's got that much more opportunity left in it. They've got to reinvent themselves. They're losing money. Uber hasn't turned a single profitable quarter yet. Considering all the ridership, all the people that use Uber, they're losing money. They're being financed by investors. They're blowing investors' cash left, right, and center and not making a penny of revenue. That's not a company. That's just a cool idea or a cool project. That's research. All right, here's the topic of the day. Litecoin's founder, Charlie Lee, and this is baffling to me that he would be so happy about this. Charlie Lee, Litecoin's founder, this is the 5th largest cryptocurrency, announced yesterday that he sold all of his Litecoins. All right, but then he went on Twitter and defended himself, said, I got rid of all my Litecoin that I've ever owned or that I own as a founder of this company, the creator, the CEO of it. I sold them all and I donated it to charitable organizations. So he donated the money. That's really nice of him. He said, I don't tie my wealth to the wealth or value of Litecoin anymore. Therefore, I felt like I could cash out. That is the difference between, I think, some of the younger generations and some of the older ideas and premises of how markets used to work. They say, you know what? I'm not tied to this anymore. I could go do other stuff. He's still going to be the founder of Litecoin, but he did not understand the message that he sent when he did that. All right. What would happen if Ford's owner sold all his stocks? What would happen if Tim Cook sold all of his Apple shares? What would happen if Jeff Bezos sold all of his Amazon shares? It would signal that they have no faith in that company. I know that it's a shallow assumption to think that way, but that's how markets are. Markets and investors are shallow people. All they care about is green and that being money. They're not trying to be changing the world. They're trying to make money. That's the bottom line. And if you can change the world, that's great. Secondary thing, but you need to make the money. And when Charlie Lee said that, Litecoin took a tumble. People started kind of going at him on Twitter and asking him, hey, do you even care about your company anymore? And I think he's getting a little bit of pressure, but here's the message. He made 9,300% on Litecoin, and he took a chance to cash out. When asked how he felt, he had two words that he said: weird, number one, and actually 3 words: weird and kind of relieved. He said he's kind of relieved to be out of Litecoin. Now you got to read between that message. Is he kind of relieved that he's out of Litecoin for personal reasons, or is he kind of relieved that he got out at the high and could move on? That's the question I'm going to ask you guys. Charlie Lee is the first insider with massive money to dump cryptocurrencies. And we know one thing about Bitcoin that's similar to Litecoin is that a lot of the ownership of Bitcoin is concentrated among 10 individuals up top, all right, the top of that pyramid. These are your twins, Facebook twins, as I call them, all right, that owned it. There's a lot of the big money institution up here. If they decide to get out of it, look out. All right, that's the problem with these cryptocurrencies. They're too small of a marketplace, too heavily concentrated to make a real investment, and that scares the crap out of institutional traders. That's why they're not getting in. So look for that. Litecoin, 5th biggest crypto. Charlie Lee, he's out. He's out of there. He made a run for it. Very interesting signal to me. I'm going to be watching this over the next couple of days. All right, enjoy your trading through the holidays. I got to get going here and start the trading room. What time is it? I really got to get going here and start the trade room. I'm going to do my pat of the chair spin in 3, 2, 1, but I encourage you guys over the holidays to take an opportunity and give the gift to yourself of having the opportunity to live your dream life and trade for yourself from anywhere in the world. You don't have to know anything special. You just got to learn how to execute and manage positions. That's the biggest part of trading that you're going to need to overcome. Come out and give TRADEPRO Academy a shot. It comes with a 14-day money-back guarantee. I'm sure you guys will love it. But while you're out there spending money on your credit card and giving gifts to everyone, give a gift to yourself and let that be the gift of making money that could buy you all your future gifts. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Trade Pros in the room. I apologize for a couple minutes overboard here. When I have coffee in the morning, I lose control. Damn it. Just kidding. See you later, YouTube. I'll catch you tomorrow at 9 a.m. 3, 2, 1. Adios. All right, Trade Pros, let's map some levels out and get started with the trades here. Let me shut down the broadcast on YouTube. Isn't that crazy? Charlie Lee sells all his Bitcoins and is surprised that the market's surprised about it.